Morning, everyone. We are here in Westmoreland, right? Petersfield, Westmoreland. And we are here with Mr. He introduced himself. Nick.
Paul Brown on the forum.
Paul Brown is his name.
On the forum.
So he has his little goat farm here. We are also here with Mr. Khalil Brown also. We're doing a tour today. So we are here now. This is where he started his goat herd business. Long time. How long ago now you started this?
Almost 3 years.
3 years ago him start here now. And now he has built a big goat hotel. We're going to look on the hotel here, right, Mr. Brown?
I'm sure we need to see that hotel.
We're going to look at this hotel now, and he has some nice animals here. So let's have a look. So usually every operation I'll always have a farm vehicle.
Yes.
And this is a typical farm vehicle of what is ideal for a goat farm. Look rugged and rough, and all of some, off-road tires on the front. So this is what he uses and go in the bush and cut his farm, cut his forages. So here is his new facility. We can take a look at it, Mr. Brown. Yes, look nice from the outside.
Yeah, very nice.
Well built. And it looks like he used some cut lumber. Like, in the country part here, most of the farmers cut their own lumber.
That are logwood as the
right.
support.
Yes, he used logwood. And look, he used building block.
Yeah, to help support
underneath it.
Oh, unique.
Yeah. It looked like maybe the posts were sinking or something was happening to him here, and him just put some blocks underneath it.
Oh, but what I can say is that probably Westmoreland farmers used to building their houses off of the ground because it's a very common thing for them to do.
Flood.
Yes, so I guess it's not new. That's why we can be so innovative with it.
So let's take a look inside of this pen now. Let us deal now with the medication now.
Yes, man.
One of the things that you are doing, right? When we're talking, you're using the Ivamec and you're using Benvec and you're using all of these things, right?
Yes.
Now, you should never be giving them Ivamec and Benvec at the same time, right? I hear you telling me you do that. You mustn't do that. Really and truly, wormers are poisons. They are very dangerous poisons. So if you overdo it and you're giving them the two drugs at the same time, that's a bad thing to be doing. What you're supposed to do is just worm the animals with one of the wormers, right? And you must follow the instructions. One of the things is that with Ivamec, you give them twice the dosage that you see on the bottle. So if the bottle say get 2 ml per, you give them twice as much for goats. You double the dosage for goats. And it's not everything you worm. Because I notice the way you talk is that every time a goat sick, you worm them. Right? For example, you have a goat here who had infection. Right? Which was what? This one here. That had the kid and the kid died. Right. He had a kid and it born with pus and so forth. That kid actually had an infection. So you should not have wormed that goat really. That goat wanted antibiotic. He really wanted antibiotic. So if you give him wormer and give him antibiotic, you actually mash up the animal. Because you poison him and then you give him antibiotic. You understand? So the wormer is not everything you worm. Usually you look at the animal and you look at the condition of the animal. You look if he looks stressed, and then now you do the Fermantia score thing, which is really when you look at the eye. And you understand how to do the Fermantia.
Or you call a vet and make him do the fecal head count.
Right.
And the fecal head count can kind of tell you if the animal should be wormed
or not. Right.
Yeah. That's really the correct way, but
yes.
I don't think the service is really
in the area.
Yeah, it aren't even out as popular as it should be. I think since the industry growing, you might see that be a common thing now where I will have to have a microscope and my master slide to be doing fecal head counts on farm. I think we're getting there right now.
So that's one of the things. So usually infection, you have to just differentiate between infection and worming the animal. So if you look at a goat, maybe a body condition like this, that goat there, I'd say maybe a 3 brown, like this one here. 2.5. Right. But if you look at an animal like this may be about 2. Right. So it's more the goats that looking like this that usually might have a worm problem. you wouldn't really look on a goat like this one and think this is a worm problem.
You lie down and eat and do everything same place.
You know move?
No. She eat same place and feed her and do everything.
Shall I lose weight rapidly?
Mineral.
Try mineral for now, man.
Where's the mineral?
We give them a free choice and we give them pig iron, vitamin.
This way must reach that right, no must grow enough.
No, for the
You
worm.
can be anemic like we must suffer from some mineral and nutrients.
Yeah, mineral.
So yes, when you see it reach that white, 90% of the time you lose
A
it.
trouble.
So you have to try giving something now to build
We
your back
give him
energy
Hemoplex.
like
We feed him, the amount of time we give 5 cc Hemoplex.
Hemoplex. But the fast I think right now as Kali would have said more time the glucose.
Yeah, need glucose.
Energy.
To give your heart to boost it up.
Energy.
So how would I give him?
Mix it in a
Mix it and drench her.
And drench her.
Even the yellow something there. What do you think name again? The chicken.
Yeah, the mineral.
The mineral, the one where you're checking at the bag, the yellow thing, you mix it in the water where you see them get the chicken.
Mineralites.
Is mineralites? Yeah, mineralites. You can put mineralites in the water too.
Need glucose.
And the truth is, you see these two kids? If it was me, I'd be feeding these two. I wouldn't.
I don't kill them. I don't kill them. Oh. You sure she pregnant now?
Oh, pregnant.
Oh, I thought it was her kids.
Yeah. She pregnant.
Mastitis?
Yeah, man, she have fever.
High fever?
Temperature, high.
Oh yeah,
She have fever.
yeah. She warm
She
bad.
warm bad.
Warm. Yeah, she need a shot of
antibiotic. She have yes.
Gentamicin.
Gentamicin, that good.
Yeah.
Gentamicin are the perfect
For
fish.
this, yeah.
I know you show me either.
Yeah, and as we always say, once your nutrition is up, you don't really get sick animals.
Yep.
Because what happens, you know, the animal is, the kid in the stomach is sucking away all the nutrition.
She needs some glucose pan to go and
Yeah,
carry
you need to
her.
give her glucose and give her the antibiotic
Antibiotics to go and carry her.
today you need to do it right away. Buy it right now and give it to her.
That's why I don't allow them to go on the floor.
To you.
Yeah.
You see the whole heap of thing where you're telling me the other day and you feel is the
Where?
losing the kids them nutrition, and you have to pay attention to the nutrition in a very deep way. All them whole pack kids and things where you lose nutrition. It's not the bucking. I don't think it's the bucking.
Never used to lose one kid before now.
Yes, but you see your numbers are up. You have a whole heap more goat. Whole heap more goat mean more feeding, more nutrition.
Yeah.
And you don't practice vaccine. You have to start getting into vaccination. Just on the list. Listen to me, the vaccination is so important that you see the tetanus, that's just the killer of goat. Tetanus affect these kids when they are like 1, 2, 3 months, usually sometime when they weaning out from the kid. You will see I have a kid and him look nice and pretty, 2, 3 months old, and him drop dead. Tetanus. Tetanus is one of the big killers of young kids. Yes, tetanus. You have to practice vaccination. Vaccinate every goat inside of here. And the kids them, you vaccinate them between 4 weeks old to 6 weeks old. You vaccinate them. You have to practice it. And you see, what you need to understand, you know. You see, you know what happens here now at the stage you are here now? The more the goat herd grow, is the more the diseases increase, and the more your death rate increase, and all those things are going to step up. You see your nutrition, I don't think your nutrition is bad enough. It's not that we're saying that your nutrition is bad, but it has to be consistent. And you know what happened to? Sometime, you know, you will have a goat here, you know, and she might be a good goat, you know, but the other goats them bucking her and stopping her from eating.
Yeah.
You have to watch them.
You can't put any more separation.
You need separation.
Yeah, you need to do some partitions.
Yes. And you put the goats in different categories.
And then I make one passage. I build one passage. Straight down one part off here. Hang on.
So you might
Eh?
It's big and deep.
How they manage it?
Yeah, man, big and deep, man. What pick me up on the
Yeah, manage it, man.
deep.
But should over here say more important for the shop feed are done. That's after you can take more feed.
Okay.
But yeah, the shop feed is smaller.
Other one them smaller.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, Mr. Brown.
Deep,
Concept,
man.
you know. In full this morning time, you know.
Deep,
You
man.
can't forget it.
Can't you talk when you full it up?
Look there, Mr. Brown. Nothing left in it in a beer bone, you know.
Clean.
Lean. And they make you so low.
Yeah.
And guess what? Film concept, you know, the head long enough. Normally, you know, watch this. Watch this now. There's a difference, you know. Normally we put the feeding trap up here, so. You put it on the floor and then make it long. So them have to stretch a feed. You know this? This is a sheep feeding trap.
Feed, yes, yes.
Sheep. Ideal sheep feeding trap this. Them only eat out of this because them don't have a choice.
I want look at this one. That's why I don't. It's too deep. So they have to bend him neck to reach the bottom. Yeah, I don't. I'm not too pleased with it, but you have to use what you have. Kind of too long and too the depth.
Yeah, but
Maybe him should take out one of these.
no, but when it full up, let's see.
They just eat it.
When it full up, hold on a little. Yeah, man.
Alright.
Right.
Well, that is not a major problem.
Yeah, man, it look good. It look good.
It look good.
Perfect for me.
It look good.
And the animals look fairly alright, but you just need to address some little things.
Yeah.
And we are give the little advice. I don't know how much height you're here, you know, because you're distracted. But we tell you a number of things that you need to work on and change your thing. Because me tell you something now, you know. You see this way you have here? Within another year or two from now, you know, you're supposed to go on about maybe about 300-400 goat inside there.
Double level.
Enough for them have kid in a year.
Well, this
Yeah,
is good
man.
though. I really like this.
Yeah, man, it's nice. But just step up, you just want to polish up a lot of things, you know. Yeah, I'm have a good stock of goat.
Yeah, man, have a good startup stock.
It's a
Good
nice
startup.
That meal, the boar, where you getting from?
DJ.
Look good.
DJ. Get the mother, that's the mother there.
The mother.
Get that, yeah, get her
Yeah,
pregnant.
man, look good, man.
See, she have a young baby around here now.
Yes, let's just do a demonstration of body condition.
Yeah.
Mr. Brown.
When I'm looking for body condition, I look for two things. The spinal cord, how much of it you actually see. So see, this one is very exposed.
In other words, this bone.
This
you see
bone
how this
here,
bone?
once it protruding, your body condition off.
Ah,
You have it nice.
Yes.
You have it nice and flat as
She does
possible.
have kid.
it should be better than this.
It should be better than this. But they would normally drop weight, but you want this good.
Right.
Also look at the pin bone,
Yes, you must see this pin bone.
how high it is.
You feel how it's sticking out?
And if you feel it and don't feel like even a little centimeter worth of flesh over it, off. And then your ribs.
You must feel it.
If you can see 3 defined ribs right here, so trouble.
Yes.
So make a look at one that look better to me.
So you have that. This is how you look at each animal.
Well,
And you,
she pregnant, so she covering everything, but when this drop out, you're gonna see skin and bone.
She looks same way.
You feel so?
Yeah.
No, so I like how fair top feel at all.
Like, but I never lose weight when I'm pregnant or opinion. Same
But-
always up. Same always up, I tell you.
Me I look for one will look good.
Here, I tell you.
feel this one now. Brown.
Alright, see, she's not bad. Look at her back line. You have that nice straight look. You're still feeling the bone now, but it's not as much. So mark them here. You see, once you see too much bone, Papa, give them a little bit more feed. Yeah. So give them a little bit more feed.
One of the things is that when you're doing the separation too, it's best to put these condition ones together. The ones that are of a lesser condition and you see the bones, you put those together. And you kind of separate them like that. So you can, you can put on the feed into them specific.
For now, I'm in a good condition.
Yes.
I'm in a good, you see him back
Because of the bucking and the fighting, you have to separate the ones
Good
that are
condition.
not in such good condition. So this bone here, even feeling the ribs and
When
this
you see that
hip bone
protrude
here
too much.
is
I really
important.
have still. You never have
We're just talking about many different things so that, if anything out of what we're saying, you can learn from it. So we want to get better and improve,
Yeah, I do the right thing.
Where you get this female from?
This mother.
She.
And this one is
From her too. She has some nice kids, man.
Yeah, man.
She threw her real nice kids. Because this are this classic South African looking boy look.
Yeah, man. Nice. God graded.
Yeah, if we agree with it.
See how that happened here. Very nice.
And them two are good kids.
Well, look one. Complain. Those two right
This
there.
one is a, okay, yeah, them nice. Them nice.
Very nice, very nice.
Alright, Nick, we are taking ourselves.
Yeah.
So thanks for showing us your farm, Nick.
No.
And we love what we see here, and we know you're going to improve and get bigger and better.
Yeah, thanks
And
to
we see
Hype
say you're
Pro.
putting some money in anything, you
Thanks to
know.
Hype Pro.
Thanks, Hype.
You have to give me that, Miss Lynn. Pop that out and give me, please, Miss Lynn.
Thanks to Mr. Bernard and Mr. Brown.
Mr. Bro.
Yeah. Oh, nice. It's a really nice movie.
Yes.
And what's your end game for this operation?
Well, I just love farming, my boss. Yeah, tell them I just love farming. I don't matter about the money or nothing. I just love farming. Cause keep me off of the road and keep me out of trouble.
Get you.
Yeah, so I just spend my days.
It's a life-changing situation
Yeah,
for you, which
yeah.
is important.
Yeah.
Oh,
What is this machine?
yes.
Shredder.
And why you buy it in the first place?
I know that it's not me buy it. It's a good friend of mine.
Okay, buy it for you. You buy it abroad in America.
No, you have it and I use it so I can take it and use it.
So you
But-
use it?
Yeah, but I don't like how it,
What the problem
yeah,
is?
the grass cut too fine.
One, two, fine. Alright guys, so Bernard brought in there's a differences between a shafting machine and a shredder machine.
Because I never know the difference because I never
The
use
shredder
it.
normally used for hardwood chips so you can put in your lawn and so.
And gardening, mainly gardening purposes.
So farmers do not make a mistake and buy a shredder instead of a shafting machine.
That's correct.
It prepare the grass totally different, and with that it can cause all type of feed intake.
Yeah, one of the things that Khalil always talk about, you need different particle size. So in other words, different particle size mean you need different length of the forages. As your farm, you like to say, Khalil, your farm like a matting inside the ruminant. Yes. And you want different length particle size when you're drafting up the material. And drafting is really to cut it up, not to shred it.
Not to shred it.
And this machine is a shredder. Khalil, this look like the trumpet something. Chin chin.
Chin chin.
This is the chin chin. Yeah, this is the chin chin. First time actually seeing it. Chin chin. Where's the pod that the chin chin bear? You don't have any of that pod? So they were telling me about something. The red
It
stuff.
bloom like flowers.
Oh, protein though.
It's a high protein plant. That's the main thing of these. I think
Do-
they're
do this-
leguminous.
Does this plant have the high tannin in it also?
Also it have the high tannin, so you can
tannin.
get the bypass protein.
Bypass protein from it.
this.
And also probably act as a natural worm too.
Well, yes, it will act as a natural worm, but at the same time, a problem with that is the anti-nutritional factors that you get from that. So it is a bittersweet. You have to know what levels to use it. You can get
Right.
the worming effect, the bypass effect. If not, you end up in problems.
One of the things he was telling me, was it this that you said you get soft stool if you give too much of it?
Bread nut.
The
Bread
bread
nut.
nut.
It's alright.
Why you get soft stool from bread nut when you use it in too much?
Because I think there's too much protein inside of it.
Right.
So it just basically pass through.
Right. So it's too high in protein.
Too high in
You have
protein.
an idea of what kind of protein usually bread nut is?
Bread nut is about most of these forage protein plants, they range from 15 to as high as 30.
Right.
But it's the environment that can kind of give you
The higher protein
give you the
profile.
protein. Yeah, if the soil is good, the environment is good, you get high levels, but they always range from about 15 to as way up. Way up.
And then too much high protein, it just passing
Just
out.
passing through.
And that's why it's not thing there.
If you don't mix it properly, especially because it don't provide enough fiber, as in complex fiber, it's just very digestible and you will just see loose stool instead of it being bonded together like when you
Right.
feed normal grass.
Right.
So I'd recommend say you mix it with some other farmer grass.
Right.
Your king grass or your African anything.
Right.
But add long fibers to this type of diet.
And he has just recently bought one of these trough cutters. You know, we have a video on it. This is one of the gas engine trough cutters where it has the knife inside of it that actually cuts the grass. And this is how you get the different particle size from it. It has a knife inside here. When it spins, this knife cuts and it also draws the material through the machine, pull the material into the machine and cut up the forages. And this is the kind of thing that you want. A trough cutter, not a shredder. Shredder is not recommended for your operation. All right. Let's talk about this further. Nick, come hold our Nick. Eh? Yeah, man. Look at these other now. If you look on that udder attachment for a native, and look right here. Come and look at this side of the udder. See how it come under her chest. This is a native. She look like she weigh about what? About 50 pounds? Maybe about 70 pounds. And look at her udder. And she's feeding 2 kids. Nice.
You got to turn over that place.